Follow your aspirations and stop letting the negative comments of other people stop your flow.
Robert is a speaker now, and today we're going to do a topic that is close to me personally, and I know it's close to Robert. If you follow him on social media, you'll see his Motivation Monday talks, little 60-second talks trying to get us ready for the week and get us in the right mindset. Every time the new year comes around, every time it's New Year's Day, we talk about, what's our resolution this year? What are we going to change about ourselves? How are we going to make ourselves better now that the calendar has turned? And the thing that I'm thinking of right now is it's December, whatever day you're watching this. Why aren't you making that change right now? Why are you waiting until January 1st? And why are we all saying that we're going to wait until the new year before doing something about ourselves?
Well, I think some people just get comfortable. There are those that do, and there are those who watch those that do, right? So it's cliche. It sounds great. Everybody's making resolutions. Rarely do people follow through. Now, I'm not saying everybody. Some people follow through, but the best decisions are decisions that you make now. January 1st is not promised to you. You need to be making some decisions and making some changes right here in the moment. I just got away from that New Year resolution stuff. I'm making resolutions today because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I think people have gotten lazy and complacent and just lacking accountability. If you plan to do something, it's going to take some accountability. It takes some steps in order to get these things done. So we have to hold ourselves accountable. But, the cliche is, the first of the year, I'm going to go ahead and pig out for Thanksgiving. I'm going to pig out for Christmas. And January 1st, I'm going to do right and I'm going to get on the diet. Get out of here. If you're not doing it in November, December, you're not going to do it January 1st. And if you do it January 1st, by January 10th, you're done.
What would be that one important, very first thing to do you think, on your journey to whatever that is that you're looking for?
Well, I think first off, Ray, whatever you decide to do, you have to speak it into existence, because what you say, you're going to do. And once you speak it into existence, you got to make it tangible. Write it down on something. Get you an accountability partner. Get you somebody that's going to help you and going to push you along the way. Yes, I speak full time, but I have some accountability partners that do what I do, and we push each other. And I think a team of one would never succeed, right? So you can't do anything by yourself. You need an accountability partner, whether it's your spouse or your child. It could be your son or your daughter or one of your friends. You need somebody that's going to push you. But Ray, there are things that don't require talent, like work ethic, being coachable, being on time, energy and body language. Those things don't require talent. So there's a lot of things that you can do, attitude, work ethic. It doesn't require you to be the most talented person, but you do have to put in the effort. So I think the first thing, you talk it, you speak it into existence, not just saying on January 1st, I want to do this. No. You have to speak it into existence and be serious about it, and then write it down with some timelines. I'm going to give myself this amount of time to make this goal and then go after it. But get you an accountability partner. Now, accountability partner is not a yes person. Accountability partner is somebody who's going to hold you to the fire. And when you're stepping off track, they're like, hey, we made a commitment. Let's keep going. We're not giving up.
If you have a goal in mind and you put that goal into place, it's important, I would think, to see some progress, to feel some progress, even if it's just a little bit, to help you, okay, I made it this far, like, I can run half a mile now, let's try for 3/4 of a mile, or, whatever it is that you're working for, to create that momentum to keep propelling you forward too.
And I think it's also important, like, man, I'm 51, man. I'm not trying to, I was an athlete back in the days. I'm not trying to do all the stuff I used to do, but, I'm trying to stay in halfway decent shape. And if your body gets to talking to you, listen to your body. Don't be hurting yourself trying to make some goals. My son is 24. I'm not trying to race him.
I don't know, man. I see you out there benching 315 at 51, same age as me,
You see me in little spurts, man. I say every now and then I may hit something, because I don't even know how Tom Brady's doing it. He looked really bad yesterday. People saying Tom Brady looked bad. I'm like, he's playing up against guys who are 20 years younger than him. And I think that at the end of the day, when it comes to reaching your potential and making resolutions about what you're going to do, talk is cheap. You got to put some action with it. And if you're not going to put any action with what you're talking, then don't even say it. You know what I mean? Because what you say is going to happen. We can't do anything about what's already done. But I will tell you, if it keeps happening to you, you haven't learned the lesson yet. And some people set these resolutions every year and they quit every year. And the same thing keeps happening. That means you haven't learned the lesson yet. You got to change the pattern and change the behavior.
Inevitably, something is going to, or someone is going to try to get in your way. You're going to have an obstacle. Something is going to get hard about what you are trying to accomplish. Again, regardless of what that is. You don't want to be, wimping out. I hate to use the term wimping out, but you don't want to be ready to quit once it starts getting hard, Well,
anything that's worth having, Ray, you're going to go through some adversity. And I've never met a successful person who didn't fail first. I mean, you have to fail before you succeed. A lot of folks, look at me as, doing the profession I'm doing, speaking and writing. And, it looks good when you see somebody speaking in front of a large audience. But what about the 10 proposals that I put in and they told me no? What about the times where, I was doing things and failed? Those things taught me how to succeed. Your failures would teach you success. But some people get so caught up in the failure that they get scared and get in fear and don't want to succeed. And, we got to push through the fear. Fear, living according to fear is a perversion. I said the root of anger is fear, frustration, pain, and hurt. You find anybody angry about something, it's fear, it's frustration, or it's pain. And we have to push through that because healing is available. But if you keep, like I said earlier, if it keeps happening to you, that means you haven't learned yet. You're never going to succeed in anything without failing. You have to fail several times before you get it right. And there's nothing wrong with that because life is your biggest teacher and you learn from those failures. I've got my biggest lessons from failing, because when you fail, you learn. And you learn not to go this route, or you learn not to do this time. Let me do it a little bit differently. What if I gave up on the 8th time they turned my proposal down? Then I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be traveling across the country and across the world speaking and doing what I'm doing now, because I would have stopped when they kept rejecting me. And you're going to be rejected. You're going to fall down. You're going to scrape your knee. That's called learning. It's a learning process. It's almost like when you learn to walk as a kid. When you're learning to walk, you didn't just come up walking. You had to fall. You fell into the table. You scraped your knee, popped your head a couple times, but eventually you got it. And that's what we have to do when it comes to setting these parameters for ourselves. Understand that it's not going to be perfect. You're going to fail, but you got to keep trying.
Robert Jackson, do like he says. Don't wait until January 1st. Don't wait until tomorrow. You can start that change, whatever that is, right this second. You just got to make that decision. You really can do whatever it is that you set out to do. Right, Robert?
That's right. When you get knocked off the train or get knocked off the bike, get back on it and try it again. Keep on getting back on. And when you're setting goals for yourself, just understand it's not going to be a smooth ride. You're going to have some bumps in the road. You're going to deal with some adversity. I think in order to be successful, it takes 4 things. It takes exertion, it takes skill, it takes practice, and it takes perseverance. I said exertion. You got to exert some energy in order to be successful at anything. How you going to be successful? You're not exerting no energy. You got to have some skill. Everybody's prolific in something. What are you good at? Perfect that. It takes practice. No, Ray, we're not talking about the game. We're talking about practice, right? Anytime that you do something, it takes practice. I never met an athlete who went out there and performed well, but who didn't practice. I never met a person who performed well on the test and didn't study. Some people have that gift where they don't have to study and they can retain that information. But most of us need to practice. And last but not least, is perseverance. That means when you get knocked down, get back up, try it again. When you set that goal, you done wrote it down, you done went through 2 months. Don't quit. How you gonna go through 2 months and then you're gonna stop? No, you can't quit. I don't care if your accountability partner quit. If they quit, get you another accountability partner and keep going. Don't quit. Just keep trying until you get it. Exertion, skill, practice, perseverance. Get on that website, robertjacksonmotivation.com. Pick up your copy today. We'll sign it. We'll send it to you. Happy holidays to you, sir.